Buongiorno a tutti, mi chiamo Julian Thomas. Grazie. Sono l'ufficio stampa Ducati Corse. Oggi è una giornata spettacolare, freddo fuori ma caldo qui dentro. Siamo qui all'Auditorium Ducati, il mitico indirizzo, diciamo, via Cavalieri Ducati 3. Siamo qui per vedere i programmi sportivi 2015 del Ducati Team, il campionato mondiale di MotoGP e anche per vedere la nuova Ducati Desmosedici GP15. Quindi un sincero ringraziamento però vorrei dare a tutti voi che sono venuti qui in queste giornate di febbraio, i nostri partner, i nostri sponsor, ovviamente i rappresentanti della carta stampata e la televisione. Siamo presenti in auditorium, però non dimentichiamo che siamo presenti anche in tutto il mondo, nel senso che oggi abbiamo la live streaming che grazie al supporto tecnico del nostro partner Telecom Italia siamo riusciti a mettere in onda, diciamo, per il resto del mondo. Live streaming in italiano e in inglese si può vedere su due siti, www.teamrace.it e www.ducati.com, senza l'ovviamente. Allora una nota anche per quelli che sono in sala. La presentazione, siamo in Italia, la presentazione sarà in italiano, però c'è la simultanea per i nostri colleghi dall'estero, la simultanea sul canale 2 in inglese. The presentation will be in Italian, but for those of you who come from abroad, on channel 2 you will find the simultaneous translation. Allora adesso vorrei presentarvi la persona che condurrà dal palco la nostra presentazione di oggi. Senz'altro lo conoscete tutti, è un gradito ritorno per lui, è un nostro amico, diciamo, è la voce della MotoGP in Italia. Vi presento il vice direttore di Sky Sport, Guido Meda.
Buongiorno a tutti, buongiorno, visto che deve essere un gradito ritorno.
Buongiorno a te,
faccio il saluto come sono abituato a farlo, grazie, è importante la qualifica, per me è importantissimo essere qui in questa giornata, forse penso che non avrei potuto chiedere di meglio, tornare al motomondiale cominciando da questo che è un capitolo importantissimo per la storia del motociclismo, lo svelamento, la giornata della presentazione di questo, soprattutto direi di questa moto, ma anche di questo team completamente rinnovato, che è un vero e proprio triangolo italiano, con due piloti italiani che conoscete, Andrea Dovizioso e Andrea Iannone, e la Ducati,
and then we have Ducati Desmosedici. So this is the real tempo, okay?
Tu fai il bue, l'asinello?
No.
Io faccio il bue.
Okay, you know what? We can we can use this theater, this auditorium, just to make a very special performance. Okay. You know what? I will leave everyone here in your precious hands. I'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you so much.
È stato bellissimo arrivare ieri sera e vivere questo clima.
Okay, well, I came here last night here in Bologna, and then it's everyone is so excited for this presentation or this unveiling. You see, I mean, tension. You also see, all of the things we can do here for you. And I really would like to tell you that I had the privilege of seeing Desmosedici. We're going to talk about this today. So it's a major change in the history of Ducati in Corse, so in the Ducati racing team and department. Okay, just to cut the story short. Now, at the very top of this operation, this is not just, resurfacing or, let's say, a superficial change. But once again, this is a major, deep change. So we have Ducati Motor Managing Director. I'd like to introduce him, Claudio Domenicali.
Ciao Claudio.
Good morning, Claudio. Good morning, Guido. Good morning, everyone. Okay, as I said before, Claudio, I feel, emotion. I felt it last night. There's something new in the air, something special in the offices, in the departments, along the assembly lines. Now, as an outsider, I felt something deep, just like 2003 when, Ducati one day decides to get with the first Desmosedici to the World Championship. Am I wrong? Am I far away from this concept? Or is this the real atmosphere you have here today? Well, Guido, congratulations, because you understand correctly what is happening here. This is what I felt some days ago. I started, talking with people, engineers, in our departments, and then, going through testing. I saw and I felt that excitement, so plenty of adrenaline, everywhere, so pure passion, as we like to say here. This means people stayed here until 10 p.m. and then, they were talking about what to do here in the factory on Saturday and Sunday. And, this is something you exclusively do when you really, really feel a deep passion. I mean, when you take part in something unique and special. I'm sure that this is something definitely unique and different versus, what we do throughout the rest of the year. Now, Gigi Dall'Igna has given incredible encouragement to the people and the engineers of Ducati Corse, so of the Ducati racing department. I mean, you will see the bike. There are plenty of new, incredible contents. Now, this means that, there's excitement. Yes, it's right. We are so proud of this product. This company is a very technical company, so we really believe in, technical details, technology, our own innovation skills. And then just like, 2003, we went into the, championship. Maybe we were not aware of what we were doing, we came from the superbike. But we managed anyway to get excellent results. That was an extraordinary bike. So once again, this is the same wish I'd like to share for 2015. Now, this marvelous history of Ducati, racing team, it goes hand in hand with corporate story, if you will. And maybe this is just, very different from today's trends. I mean, people here in this industry keep talking about difficulties of today's world. I mean, economy, the Italian economy, and then, the production of bikes around the world. I mean, you are now at the very top of this important company. And what about this company? I mean, what about the turnover? I mean, you're doing something against the current trend. Yes, we closed the 2013 with, the fifth year in a row with growth. And, this is the result of a very special company. We have a very deep and unique brand. This brand is represented by hundreds of thousands of Ducatistas around the world. So they follow us during, racing and competitions. And I really need to thank them all because, we need their passion, we need their support. So thank you so much for this. And they also have passion in choosing and using the product. This company is very international today. So today we sell in Italy less than 10% of the bikes we make. So we are booming in Asia, we're growing so fast in Brazil, we are very strong in the US. So I think that this is the result of, of all of our skills. We have strong internationalization policy going on, and we managed to grow even if this was a very difficult, moment in time in terms of economy and financial crisis. Thank you, but I know that the history of Ducati changed when you stepped into a very important holding company, Audi, Volkswagen. I have a question for you. What about the impact that Ducati has received from Audi and Volkswagen? Now, are you free to be Ducati in terms of thinking, your passion, or do you have some constraints? Do you have to stick to some, criteria brought about by the German group? It's a very nasty question. I see people smiling here in the audience, but, well, no problem. Well, I think I know the answer. No, wait a second. We are lucky. The shareholder shares with us an incredible passion, an extraordinary, unique passion for our product. And I'm sure this is, bullet point number one. At the very, top management, this is a group worth 200 billion euros. And, managers have an incredible, extraordinary passion for engines, cars and bikes. So they want to create fantastic, one-of-a-kind kinds of cars and bikes. So we share exactly the same objective, okay? So this is point number one. There's another key point. I mean, those people have been developing new skills. I mean, they have managed many different brands now. The group has 12 different brands today. Every single brand has, let's say, a reasonable degree of autonomy and independence. I mean, many product-related choices depend on the brand. So in this case, I'm talking about Ducati. Now, if you are in a group, if you are in a very big, company, well, you have plenty of advantages. You have sort of, ancillary elements. Now, in terms of structure, the financial management. So of course, you really have to agree on this. But, the first thing the managing director said here is that Ducati is Ducati. Okay, so around these three key words, we are building our strategic plan. So today's presentation and unveiling, with an incredible effort that we have deployed in the MotoGP world, with such an incredible commitment for competitions or racing. Once again, this is showing that we are kind of developing all of our thoughts and products. You've seen many Desmosedicis, okay, from the first one to this one. Now, I'm not asking you which kind of word you said when you saw the first one. I mean, complete, assembled, and ready for the racing track. But I would like to know what you thought, maybe just one word, an adjective, when you saw the 15. Okay, I can't tell you. No, it's no. Live streaming, no. This is something that I cannot say. Wait, wow. Beautiful. Oh, no, it was much worse than this. I think both bikes share one key principle. I mean, we have, shifted forward all of the field and the technologies we know, okay? And I think that our people, our engineers and technicians from Ducati Corse, so the racing department, they made an incredible effort, and then, we are now on a different step. I mean, we're really moving forward. We had the GP14.3, we got very interesting, challenging results during the Sepang, Malaysia tests. I'm sure GP15 has a long way to go before, beating the performances of the current bike. But, inside its heart, we have plenty of new features because, once again, we want to move it forward. I mean, we really, really want to compete at, top-notch level into this championship, which is so challenging from the sports point of view, but it's also very difficult from the technical point of view. Claudio Domenicali, thank you so much. Please spend the rest of the conference time here with us. Okay, then let's move on, and let me introduce another man, a person who now has a big, well, let's say, problem in his hands. Okay, he's from 1966, and I like people who were born in 1966, including me. Gigi Dall'Igna. I mean, he joined Ducati having one very important target. I mean, he left something that he knew to embark on something he didn't know, okay? We can now see what the Gigi Dall'Igna has done. This is the General Director, Ducati Corse, Gigi Dall'Igna. Good morning, everyone. So, were you born in 1966? Yes, I confirm, 1966. Well, me too. Gigi, well, I don't know about you or, other people, but I think this is something that happens, with, bike lovers. I'm so, excited for, today's unveiling for many different reasons. First, because you are here, you have reinterpreted and restyled, re-engineered it. And then, many other companies, don't do this. I mean, they just found one model and then, they don't do big changes, okay? Now, this bike here that we are about to see, is this a revolution or is this kind of, following the previous products? Well, I think it's both things. Now, first of all, there's some continuity. I mean, in this bike that we're going to see, because as I usually say, I have taken some time to really understand what was good inside Ducati, what they had done, in the past years. I think that one of the biggest mistakes designers do is to, throw away all what was done before them, okay, and start from scratch once again. I don't think this is correct. Well, actually, I found something so interesting, in the bike. I mean, into the GP 2014 bike, including all of the the new releases and the updates. So I've kept something for the GP 2015 bike, but well, apart from this, we do have plenty of new things, new parts, new components. I mean, something that people were not used to do here in Ducati. And I'm also, experiencing something that I have never experienced before. So, yes, it's a revolution. Now, I understand that, you're starting from scratch. Well, actually, let's say you started from what is on the table, okay? So, on average, I know it takes, what, 1.5 years? Yes. For a racing bike, yes, 18 months. Okay, how long did it take? Well, after, you came back here, but I want to know, okay, this is, the scratch point. I mean, this is point zero, and then, how long did it take? Well, I'm not talking about the first, sketches or design. I mean, we started talking about the new bike in May last year, so May 2014. Then there's been a long evolution, so many development phases and steps and testing. And then people talked about the delay of this bike. No, there has been no delay. I mean, our deadline in the original planning, I mean, the bike had to be ready for Sepang 2. And then based on, my own heart and soul, I tried to do this as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, that was not possible. But once again, well, I can't say we've been early, but I can't say we've been late either. Okay, so a very basic question, if you will. Okay, you go to Sepang 2 with GP15, which is an incredible change. Okay, why did you do this? I mean, you know that kind of, that setup, that layout will be changed and you will embark on something totally different. Why doing that? Oh, no, we have to do this. I mean, it's useful anyway. I mean, last year we really wanted to have GP14. There were some little details we could have improved. And during the, the racing, well, weekends, maybe you cannot be too aggressive, if you know what I mean. So in Sepang 1, we've been able to complete the whole program, the one, I mean, we had for the GP14. And then, of course, that was important anyway for another reason. Most of the efforts we deployed will be reused for the GP15. For example, software programs. On Sepang 1, we changed that completely, and this will be, migrated easily onto the GP15 bike, together with many other things. For example, the thermal dynamic system of the engine. All of this is being implemented almost automatically onto the GP15, and also in terms of frame. Well, I have to say that, well, the bike is totally different, I know, but the starting point is always the same. So once again, we will use this in Sepang 2, and the layout will be kind of similar to the bike we have used in the last day of Sepang 1. And you know why? It's really easy to change too much, okay? So you really have to give sort of continuity to your job, okay? You never have to take anything for granted. You always have to go back. You have to make decisions. You have to make choices. And in some cases, you have to throw away something. Okay, just let me be a little bit technical. In the previous, testing and experiments, you changed, the engine. We had the kind of tilted engine, and even the pumping system was basically, in a very weird position. Okay, now we all understood what you have done. So I really have to say that, your signature, so to say, can be found. It will be visible into the, making the engine a little bit smaller. Okay, so this is something that you did. Okay, so we understood this and we were right. But anyway, when you create a new bike, for example, on the test bench, when you start, a brand new engine, now I don't want to know what happened that day, but is this filled with emotion? Okay, when did it happen? Well, of course, it's filled with emotion and passion at the same time, and surprise. I mean, basically, we do something new here every single year, but, changing completely the engine, well, it doesn't really happen every single year. So also those companies with an incredible R&D, it usually happens every 5 or 6 years. So how does it feel like? It was a very important moment in time for us because there was the first engine ever being ignited, under our technical and maintenance, team. So everyone was around the test bench and the test room, and once again, emotion and surprise and excitement. Yes, and it was ignited. I mean, it's you switch it on. Exactly. Well, it may happen. I mean, sometimes it doesn't work, or ignition is difficult, but it was not. But you're right. I mean, it was very difficult. But actually, we start again every single day. All what we have done so far is just, the first starting point. Okay, well, if I really listen to you, I may say, well, if I ask you what is the main target of this season, you look very cautious. But let me try anyway. What is the main target you have? Gigi Dall'Igna, General Director Ducati Corse, what is your target for the GP season 2015? Well, I like to, take up challenges, or, I like to have challenging targets. Last year, we said, okay, we want to get to 10 seconds from the winning bike, which is something we managed to do. Now, this year, the challenging target we have is to win at least once. Well, for me, it's very important to give, targets and even tasks to everyone, engineers, technicians, and riders, so that they can really focus onto something. I know it's difficult. It sounds and looks difficult, but it's possible to do this. And I'm sure this helps get to the target. It's a challenge. I mean, Marquez wins something like 12 times a season. Yamaha seemed to be the only, very strong bike. The fact of saying we want to win, well, congratulations. I mean, maybe riders need this. Okay, well, I agree with you. Well, yes, let's say that, well, we have to fight against the two incredible, bike makers. So they have a long GP tradition. They have so much technology. So winning will be very difficult. But we have other riders. I mean, 4 riders. I mean, people around the world think they are the best riders ever in today's GP. But I really believe in our Andreas. Okay, so well, hopefully one of the two Andreas, maybe both, will win at least once. It's difficult. It's a challenging target. I know, but this is what we are working for. What about the two Andreas? Are they different in the, let's say, technical skills they have? Oh, yes, absolutely. They are totally different. And this is one of the reasons why we have chosen them. I mean, what is important for me is, developing the bike. If you really want to develop a perfect bike, you have to stick to many, let's say, sources of information. I mean, you have to have statistics, you have to gather data, you really have to check every single point. I think that the main target of Ducati is to increase and improve our knowledge of bikes so that we can translate, migrate all of this technology onto, everyday's bikes. So, once again, we want to have many different features from our riders, okay? So speed or braking techniques or riding styles, if you will, and you have many. It's really important for us to really understand every single situation so that we can improve the bike every single day. Okay, last question, because we're running a little late. Okay, is this one-size-fits-all bike? Is this good for everyone? Well, I think so, but once again, we have to improve it, and but we will get it, I'm sure. Thank you, Gigi Dall'Igna. Congratulations. Thank you so much, Gigi Dall'Igna. Now, Gigi, of course, will be attending racing as well as the next person you will see here. So his history is deeply linked to the Ducati brand after working as director of the Superbike Championship. But once again, he wanted to be back here in Bologna. Sports director, Ducati Corse, Paolo Ciabatti.
Ciao Guido.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hi Guido. Ciao.
Ciao, bacino.
Okay, emotion today seems to be the key word. Absolutely, yes. I mean, we met yesterday. Well, we, rehearsed a lot for this conference. We worked hard to try and get the best bike ever and the most beautiful one in the world. I'm sure it will be so fast. And then hopefully this is what people will think in a few minutes. Now, you live in the racing world, paddocks, so the World Championship is over, and you say, wow, I will go back home, I will spend some time with my family, so you will eat beautiful and very tasteful Italian cakes, you will enjoy some skiing in our beautiful mountains, but then one day you feel something like, just the real will to start again. Okay, so what about this willingness that you have in this company, this incredible passion? You're right, there's will, there's passion, and the season is never over. I mean, we stop, we conclude tests in November, and then, some days after, you start again. And then, of course, yes, we do have some time around Christmas, and we all enjoy skiing here in northern Italy, but then you really want to go back into the company. It's a virus we have in our blood, and I know we travel around the world. I do have this passion, well, since ever. I mean, this job was my, dream job when I was a child, so I can't get more than this. Wow, a perfect alchemy. As we said before, a magic triangle, an Italian bike, and an all-Italian team, so two Andreas. Well, this is the romantic side, if you will, of the project. Well, Ducati means plenty of things. Ducati means Italian passion. And, of course, we want to share this with as many people as possible around the world, the hundreds of thousands of customers around the world. So this year we have an all-Italian team, two Italian, very strong riders. It's okay. Maybe we, to find the same solution in the same combination, we have to go back to the 1970s. So we're very happy of this, Italian pairing, and I'm sure we will, disseminate Italian excellence around the world. And the fact of doing this with two Italian riders that will be our ambassadors, this is adding some extra power to our project. Now, this, streaming, live session seems to be very interesting this morning, and it's very nice to see people here in the room, because what we usually do is to have some streaming live, broadcasts with no one in the room. So you don't really feel, the presence of people, while this morning it's really great to have people here. Yes, you're right. Both things are interesting. So the fact of sharing, this information and this passion with people here in the room, but especially with people virtually connected with us from around the world, is so important for us. We will celebrate this with all of the staff of the company here in Bologna, so they will enjoy the GP 2015 together with us and the engineers. By the way, we are launching an awareness-raising campaign on the right use of smartphones when riding. We're doing this with our partner and sponsor, Telecom Italia. So I really would like to take this opportunity to remind you that together with our riders and many other riders from many other teams, we want to convey the same message. Young people really stick to what riders do, so they are an incredible example. So once again, you can use the smartphones not while you are riding, okay? So we have our hashtag #GuardaAvanti that we keep promoting together with, all of the boys and girls of our team and the riders of the MotoGP following us. This is also for adults, absolutely, yes. When you ride and you get a message, the first thing you want to do is read the message. Don't do this. It's a big mistake for me, for you, for everyone, okay? We have to respect ourselves and the other riders. Okay, please stay here with me on stage. Paolo Ciabatti has always been working with the team manager Ducati MotoGP, Davide Cardozzi. Good morning, Guido. Good morning, everyone. Hello, Davide. How are you doing? Okay, let me be here, right in the middle. Okay, I'm very nervous. Very. Okay, let me try with one question. I was with you at the MotoGP. I remember it was 2006. Cardozzi and Ciabatti together took Bayliss for one, race. I remember that was the race where Valentino Rossi fell at the very beginning of the race, and he lost the championship. Anyway, Ducatistas from around the world remember Troy Bayliss. I mean, he wins, but then he disappears and goes away. He was with you, right? And I remember that, you will never forget this. You're right. I mean, sometimes with Paolo, we talk about that race. Troy did something extraordinary and incredible. We didn't expect it. I mean, actually, no one expected this. Maybe we were the exception, because we went to Valencia in 2006 and we said he will be an extraordinary rider. We didn't really think he could win, okay? Come on, well, tell me the truth. I mean, you really didn't think he could win? Well, let's say we hoped he could win. Now, you are a former rider, okay? So you know very well what's happening now in the heart and in the soul of our two Andreas. Now, are you talking to them? Which kind of feeling do you have? And just think of your history in the boxes and in the paddocks. People say that you talk to riders, you manage them, sometimes with a big stick on their back. So I know it's difficult today to use a big stick on today's riders. I mean, but how are you dealing with riders today? Well, let me tell you that first of all, they both were happy of this technical evolution of the GP14. That was basically the 14.3, okay, the very latest release. They are filled with passion and enthusiasm. I mean, they have. They want to participate in a brand new game. They believe so much in the Gigi Dall'Igna's technical management. I'm sure we've done all what they wanted. So this bike, in my opinion, is the real response to what they've been wanting throughout 2014. What about the next step of the plan? Okay, I know you're going to, Sepang, Malaysia, so you will bring a GP14 together with 14.3. Will you get both bikes? Yes, definitely. Well, I need to say that, first step is Sepang will be made, with the 14.3. This is going to be a sort of a landmark and a benchmark, and then we will be working on the GP15. Okay, well, congratulations. Thank you so much. Enjoy Malaysia. Okay, we are all waiting for the tool. Okay, we are filling this room with words and enthusiasm and passion. But I guess what you really want is to take a look at the GP15 bike. I saw a picture on the web of GP15, covered. I mean, under a veil. It looks a very, I don't know what's really happening. I mean, that's an incredible design, so there must be something so new. Anyway, a personal tool needs two artists. Andrea Dovizioso and Andrea Iannone.
Belli come il sole, I piloti italiani del
Well, you look great. These are the Italian riders of the Ducati team. Okay, GP15 is on its way. Now, your first impressions, I mean, don't tell us too much. Beautiful, stunning. And then, I really want to try it. Iannone, it's really crazy. I mean, we saw it together. I liked it a lot. And now I really want to know how fast it is. I'm very trustful, confident, and positive. So we have to keep working. We have to continue what we have done with the research and development team last year. Well, we have very high expectations. I mean, Gigi Dall'Igna talked about at least one win. as one of the key targets for the forthcoming season. You've done some tests with the GP14.3 on the lap. It was great, great result in terms of the race distance. Well, it didn't really go through the whole simulation, but you made another step forward. So this GP15 that we are waiting for is an evolution and maybe a revolution of the previous bike. So are we on the right track? Yes, as Gigi Dall'Igna said before, there's been so many people working on this bike, and we are really transforming the bike we had last year, so we can bring about evolution and revolution, as you said, on the GP15. So we managed to be a little faster than last year, steady pace, and I know very well what we need to really, to compete, at the right level, to get to the end of the race and to win. So this is what we will do with GP15. Andrea Dovizioso has Ducati racetrack. You started with the GP13. That was a difficult bike, right? A challenging bike. While in your track record, you tried two different brands of Japanese bikes. So maybe Dovizioso, maybe you have idealized a little bit the bike you would like to have. So you try. You tried with Yamaha and Honda. Well, yes, I have my own ideas. So he said, okay, I'd like to have a less understeering. You're not talking about understeering, so you are kind of different, right? In terms of personal perspectives. Yes, well, of course. He tried other bikes, Japanese bikes, so he has some different memories of different situations. So, as for me, fortunately, I got into my GP. My first bike was a Ducati, so this is what I was given, and I grew up with this one, and hopefully I will continue forever with Ducati. So I'm happy, for the time being, of what we have done, but I'm sure there's a long way to go. Okay, Dovizioso, you are very, let's say, balanced, challenging, demanding. In some cases, you underestimate yourself a little bit, but we can consider you top riders. So even in terms of personalities, you are very much different. Now, box companion, is he an adversary? So of course you would like to win, and of course he would like to win. Both want to win. Okay, but what about you? How do you get along from the technical and human point of view? Okay, personal curiosity. Andrea Dovizioso. No, I'm sorry, I can't stand him. No, I'm just kidding. Well, as it shows, hopefully we have different, attitudes or characters, but of course we do agree onto the development of the bike. We have different features on the racing track, but that's fine, that's okay. I think we describe the limits and the thresholds of our bikes in a different way, but then, I think that we see the same bike, so we talk about the same points or the same aspects. We want to see the same improvements, and I'm sure that GP15 will make all of our dreams come true. Okay. What about what Mr. Dall'Igna says? Is this stimulating for you? Is it encouraging you? Well, he talks about winning, so of course it's it's a stimulus, it's an encouragement. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, so we have to work every single day. You really have to deploy efforts. This is a top level championship, but this is the reason why we are here. So hopefully we will win. So you are the players, the maestros, the directors, and the artists. But in order to express all of your art, you need a bike, right? And this is your tool.
Ducati Desmosedici
This is the Ducati Desmosedici GP15.
Sono curioso di sapere se nella
I'm
Val
really
Padana
anxious to know if you can really see the bike.
si vede.
This
Ragazzi,
looks like the
non è
typical
diversa
fog we have here in the region.
da quello che è stato. Che cosa vi ha colpito di più, Andrea?
Okay,
Tu quando
so
l'hai vista
what
per la
is
prima-
new
forse
here?
vestita,
So Andrea,
peraltro
you
voi non
saw
l'avete
it for the first time.
neanche vista,
Maybe
ancora
you've never seen it
finita con
like
i suoi
this. I mean, all of,
colori.
dressed up
Andrea None.
together with color, finishing. So, well, we saw it in the shooting, but I didn't expect it was so compact. It's, it's narrow, it's
Sono le
incredible,
dimensioni.
it's a
Anche a
big
me
step
la
forward.
prima cosa che mi colpisce
Yes, I mean,
sono
the
le
first thing
dimensioni.
here is the size.
Certamente
Right.
la differenza più grande che si vede
I
in
think
questo
the major
momento
difference that I
è molto
see
più
now is
piccola,
that it's I see
dalla
it
parte
much
del
smaller
telaio,
here
della
in
seduta,
terms of
dove
the
a noi fa molta
frame,
differenza.
and also
La parte dietro è
on
molto
the
diversa,
seat.
ma
This makes the difference, and even
quello
the
che
tail
è
looks
davvero
different.
diverso è dentro.
But what is really different, in my
Dentro,
opinion, is the
dentro,
heart.
il
It's
motore.
inside, something you cannot see.
Sembrerebbe di sì. Beh, adesso
Well,
qui
this is,
su dentro io non so e
Still
non
to be
posso
discovered. Okay, well, I don't know
questa
about
sera
what's
corta,
inside.
larga,
I mean, I
larga,
don't
questo
see
colore.
the heart.
Non ha messo l'alettone dall'India,
Okay, there's no
veramente, stavolta
spoiler.
ci ha
Okay.
dato sta delusione, immaginavamo un alettone
What
qua
a
tipo Formula 1.
disappointment. I mean, I
Gli
thought
scarichi,
something
bello
like
questo
Formula
scarico
One.
qua sotto.
And then look at this.
E doppio dietro.
È il doppio
I like all of the
laterale,
details.
rifinitissima,
Okay, beautiful
realmente nuova
finishings.
in tutti i suoi
It's
aspetti.
really, really
C'è una
new
cosa
in
che mi ha
terms of
abbastanza
line.
colpito,
Very sleek.
che è la parte anteriore, questa
once
bocca
again, the front
un
is
po' da
beautiful.
pesciolino, no?
It's-
E credo
it
che la
just
parte
looks
anteriore,
like a
mi chiedo
fish. Look at the
conferma
mouth.
a Gigi Dalligna,
Okay, Gigi.
magari se la immagina a punta, invece
Maybe you think
questo è
like,
per l'aerodinamica che si
sort
fa,
of a
no?
big
Questa
tip,
forma qua,
and
per
I'm
avere
sure
una
that
moto
you do this for
veloce.
CX, I mean, for aerodynamics, I mean, to have a fast
per
bike.
caricare un po' il davanti, che è quello che serve.
Exactly,
Bella,
to
bellissima,
have some
questo direi che è il
pressure
suo
on
tre
the
quarti
nose, if you will, because
migliore.
this is what it takes.
C'è
Okay, beautiful,
una persona,
incredible.
c'è
Now,
una
let me tell you that there's a
che
person
prima di tutti gli altri
who,
su questa
before
moto ci ha
everyone
già
else,
messo le
has
mani
already put
e
his
il sedere, diciamo.
hands and his
Non è
back
una
as well
parolaccia, è quello che serve per
onto
guidare,
this
soprattutto-
bike. Okay, well,
soprattutto
this
quello.
is,
Lo ha
what it
fatto,
takes to
non so
ride.
dove, non si sa dove, ma l'ha fatto.
I don't know where
Uno
or
check
how
down
he
nelle
did
mani di quello
this.
che ormai è il collaudatore storico della
So, I
Ducati.
think we have
Vorrei
the tester
qui sul
here.
palco con noi
We
Michele
have
Pirro.
Michele Pirro.
Spostiamoci. Grande Miki,
Buongiorno a
Hello,
tutti.
Michele,
e
good
in
morning,
qualche modo
everyone.
un po' anche
Ciao.
l'hai un po' tenuta
Well,
a
let's
battesimo,
say
vieni
that
avanti
you
in
have
luce,
kind of
Miki.
inaugurated it officially, right? To
Quali
be
sono
the
state
first
le
one
tue
to
prime
see it and
sensazioni?
to
Non
touch
so
it.
se
So
puoi
what
dirci
about your
quando l'hai
feelings?
guidata, anzi
Can you
aspetta, te la
tell
devo dire
us?
in
No, wait a
birrese.
second.
Non lo so quanta strada hai fatto con la Ducati
May I ask
Desmosedici
you,
nuova, però che
when you
impressione hai
tried it,
avuto?
what about your impression?
Te lo dico in pugliese?
No, poverino,
Facciamo metà pugliese, metà
You
romano.
know what?
parla
Let
tu,
me
parla
speak
tu.
Italian together with my dialect from
La
Southern Italy.
cosa
Anyway, let me tell you,
è
following.
stato emozionante perché
It was an incredible,
alla fine è
feeling, a
totalmente
deep
diversa
emotion because,
dalle
as you
altre
can see, it looks different.
che ho
It
usato in
is,
precedenza, visto che
intrinsically
è il
different
terzo
than
anno
the other
che
bikes. I
sono
mean,
entrato a far parte di questa
this is
famiglia.
my third year in
e
a row. I've
quindi
been here
mi
for
sono
3 years.
sentito-
siete
So,
vicini voi alla vostra moto. va
okay,
là.
enjoy your
Mi
bike.
sono sentito comunque in una condizione particolare perché
So I really felt in a
dopo
very
tanti
special,
anni,
unique
dopo questi
condition
anni
because
di comunque sacrificio
after
anche con i
3
ragazzi,
years
perché
of
alla
hard
fine il test
work
team
and sacrifice, if
non
you
si
will.
vede magari
Because the
agli occhi
test
delle,
team, well, people don't
delle
know who we
persone,
are,
perché
maybe
non
they
ci sono
don't
le
see
TV,
us
però
because
abbiamo lavorato veramente
we are
tanto
not
e
on,
anche sofferto.
on television, but we have
E,
worked so
alcune
much, we
volte
have suffered a
abbiamo,
lot.
dovuto
And,
accontentarci di
sometimes we
Ma
have to
adesso
be,
c'è la GP15.
adesso c'è la
happy of,
GP15
le
e
sensazioni
partial
che
results.
hai
Yes, okay,
provato
but
in
now we
questi
have the
primi giri,
GP15. What
Beh,
about the feelings?
l'emozione dopo è
Well,
una
it's
cosa,
not only
diversa,
emotion.
è una cosa diversa
It's
e
something
sicuramente
different, okay?
io sono
It's
molto
new
fiducioso
and, I really
e
trust
penso
the bike. I'm so
che
confident.
l'obiettivo
And
che
I
ha
believe
chiesto
in it.
Gigi
So
è una cosa
Gigi is,
fattibile.
mentioning about,
abbiamo
winning
due piloti
one or more,
veloci.
races. Okay, so it's incredible.
Questo preambolo sulle emozioni.
Okay, you talked about emotion and feelings, but once again, this is what Gigi wants, okay?
Forse gli hanno detto che non lo può proprio dire.
Okay, maybe you've been told you can't say that. But once again, Emma, did they call you?
Andrea, vabbè.
Yes, I called him. Okay, so first I couldn't, pick up the phone, okay, because I was told don't say anything. Okay, please call me, okay? Okay, let's pretend I'm Piero. Hi, Michele, what about the bike? What about the tests?
Michele, diretto.
Okay, very straightforward question. It's an incredible bike. Okay, it's my dream bike, okay? And I'm sure I will make these dreams come true, I'm sure. Okay, we keep kidding. Sorry for this. That's not very serious. What about me? May you call me? Okay, yeah, this is the way you usually talk, okay? With this kind of, Central Italian accent. Well, I'm trying my best, but it's okay. Oh, no. Let me stop here. Too many dialects and too many languages on stage today. Okay, well, some happiness and some irony, but this is a very formal, official moment. So from the personal point of view, well, is that I think it's a great product, okay? I really would like to say thank you, and I'm sure you need, some luck, and you also need to show us how brave and strong you are. I'm sure you can be winning. I mean, you've been, striving, you've been working hard, and, it was a very ambitious target. So the bar was set so high. But of course, I know we have a long way to go, but we will never stop, okay? So once again, I know it's been difficult, but this is great. I mean, there's, a work team, moving into the right direction. So when you do things with this very deep level of engagement and commitment, I'm sure that the result will be an excellent one. So a big hand, Andrea Dovizioso, Andrea Iannone, Michele Pierro, and the whole Ducati Corse, Ducati Racing Department team. Please join me here on stage for a beautiful group formal photo. So just to inaugurate officially the GP15 bike. Okay, Claudio Domenicali, you can stay here close to the bike with the riders.
Tu se vuoi fare il regista dei fotografi ci chiedi come li dobbiamo mettere.
Okay, is this fine?
Perfetti?
Is this perfect? Okay.
Pensata prima,
I know everything was planned.
Ho una curiosità di sapere chi
by the way,
ha pubblicato sul proprio sito web la foto
who's
scattata col telefonino.
published, the picture onto your website? I mean, the picture you've taken with your smartphone.
Bella.
I will check your website.
Io richiamerei.
Okay, thank you so much for this surprise. Okay, Julian Thomas, you can also join us back onto the stage. I'm sure you will, draw some conclusions. So once again, back to the streaming broadcast. I'm sure that Ducatistas and Ducati lovers around the world have enjoyed this presentation and this unveiling. And then once again, thank you so much for spending some time with me in this very important day. Guido Meda, thank you so much. Big hand for you and for the way you managed, this presentation. Okay, well, I think we can close the live streaming right now. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye-bye.